Hello, fellow artists. Welcome to my studio. I am in here starting on our April value lesson. Yes, we're going to be talking about values, which is covering how light or white or dark or, light or dark a paint stroke is or a painting is. So we're going to be talking about that and how best to use values. Now this is geared toward someone who is new to oil painting. It is geared towards someone who maybe hasn't even picked up a brush yet and is thinking about it, or someone who's been painting for a bit and is confused about values, or someone who doesn't even know what values are. So we're starting with the very basics. And I'm going to be going over the use of values. So I am so excited about sharing this with you and really making it easy and teaching you how easy it is to learn how to paint in oils. All right, so if you'll join me on this adventure, we will dive in. Welcome back to my studio. I am so glad that you are here with me. So we're going to start off with talking about values. Now you see a value or a black and white photo of of a onion there. And so that's just me taking a photo with my camera of the onion and then going to the color and changing it to black and white. So if you're struggling with being able to seeing values, this is one of the ways that you can do, or one of the tips that you can use to help you to be able to see value. So, if there is a technology that is appropriate for modern day use, but sticking with the tried and true ways of learning how to draw and paint, I'm happy to go and share that with you. There's some things, and we may get to that later, there's some things that I'm like, no, you don't really need that. But turning your camera into a black and white camera or a black and white photo, that is something that is that you can use to help you to go see values while you're training your eye at the same time. So by turning it to black and white, we're taking out color, which can sometimes confuse us when we're trying to learn about values. Now this board here that I have is a gesso board. It is 18 by 24. And I've drawn these little lines here. There's another painting here below that is dry. But I have 3 little rectangles going across. So each one is, how big is these? Are these? I don't know. They're still kind of small. And so I have these rectangles that I just can do these little studies on. So this is going to save you definitely time and money, especially when you are first starting out. This will be a easier way of doing these and cheaper way of doing these practice studies. The other thing that I have here is I have some fine charcoal, and it just comes in these little thin little pieces here. And a light bit of charcoal underneath our paint layer is not going to hurt it. So if you want to do your drawing first, we can go ahead and do that. So that's what I'm going to do, just to get a idea about the values. So I want to first do a size and placement. So I want to kind of see what is, kind of where are my my thirds and everything, and just so I can kind of get an idea about where this this onion is going to land. So I'm thinking I'm going to put it right in the center. Let's put it right about here. And it looks like we can do about a rectangle kind of doing the outer aspect of it. So we've got this envelope that's giving us a idea about where this is going to sit in space. And this is just a really good way of getting what we call size and placement. So I know that it's going to hit right about here, the bottom part of it. And I do want the top part to hit right about here. Then we've got some, it's going to come down. And then this is going to come up. And we've got this neat little, the root system there. Okay. And this over here is going to be much steeper angle. Same here, much steeper. So we're going to end in here. And then we've got this top part. So you can get kind of interesting in drawing that. Now, we've got the really dark part is going to be like right here. And we're going to have the shadow right there. I can see and I know that we have a little bit of shadow underneath here, and we've also got shadow here. Just want to make sure that we've got that showing, shadow. And the root system is actually coming, we can see it coming out here. And this side here is actually turning a little bit away from the light, away from us. So we're going to see it looks just a little bit darker. Or a little bit darker value, just a little bit. We got this is going away from us just a little bit. And of course it's curving down, so this is also going away from us. Now this is a mark I had on here. It's a wayward mark. We will be painting over this. Since I'm going to be using lead white, but you can also use titanium white, especially if you're starting out, this will be covered up. This will not be a problem. So if you want to practice with painting, a good way to do that is to practice drawing. And drawing helps you to see the object better and helps you to have a better understanding of the object. Helps develop your eye as well. And you get to explore it, the object, and kind of get a feel for, okay, where are these shadows at? What do these values mean? Okay. That is our drawing lesson for right now. And stay tuned for the next video where we will actually dive into painting. See ya over there. Hi. So if you've enjoyed watching this video on values, I've broken these up into segments so that it's a bite-sized segment that you can watch very quickly and then actually get right to your easel and apply that. And I've designed it this way to make it easy for you to learn how to paint, but also learn how to do this as efficiently, is that a word? As efficiently and as quickly as possible. Now the reason why I did that, I'm doing it this way, is because when I was first learning how to paint, I did not have the ability to close up my practice, to stop paying on my student loans, and to just leave my life and my patients and my colleagues leave them high and dry and go off and spend a couple of years in an art school or an atelier. Actually, would have been more than just a couple of years. Would have been several. I just did not have that luxury, and I would imagine that most of you out there also do not have that luxury. You have a job, you have bills, you have family, you have children, you may have spouses, and because you can't just up and leave your responsibilities for several years, but you still want to learn how to paint. And so when I was starting out, I really struggled with how do I learn how to paint. And I was watching a lot of people and watching a lot of teachers, and I did it the hard way a lot. And that was very, very frustrating. And looking back, as 10 years into this process, I'm looking back going, geez, it could have been a lot easier. It should have been a lot easier. I could be a lot farther along now in me learning how to paint as well. Because learning how to paint is a lifelong process, which that's another story. But I thought, you know what? I can't fix this for me because I can't go back in time, but I sure can make it easier for someone else who is in the same boat I was about 10 years ago and who is wanting to learn how to paint now. I can sure make it easier for you. So that is the whole reason why I have created this, is to make it easier, and so that you can learn how to paint easy, simply, but efficiently. So we're going to be diving in, and if you want to keep following along and seeing the entire lesson from all of these lessons from start to finish on how to paint not just one onion that we're seeing here, but I have a whole still life planned for you as well. So if you want to see this whole still life painted, and you want to go on this journey with me and learn about values the month of April, then follow me on Patreon. The link is down in the description. Love to have you over there, and love to have you in our community, where we have a group of supportive artists we're all helping each other. We're all encouraging one another, and it'll make your journey to becoming the artist that you want to be even more enjoyable. So watch this. If you want to keep on watching the rest of this video, join me on Patreon. Thanks.